So a lot of times I'm asked, what's the best things about owning a Jeep and what's the worst things about owning a Jeep? And the tricky thing is, a lot of times that's the same thing. A lot of the answers are the same for both questions. So on this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about both. So let's go for a little ride, and we'll probably be able to experience a lot of both. So let's go. So immediately, you can probably tell that wind noise is an issue. I don't have doors on, I don't have my windows on. Of course, I'm only going 25 miles an hour. It would probably be worse if I did have my windows and doors on because of the flapping and the wind. So that's the first thing you have to understand and get to know when you own a Jeep, is that noise is going to be there. You're not going to be comfortable as far as wind is concerned, and it's a loud vehicle, and that's okay, because there is also some of the best things is the freedom of being able to put your foot out the door and just enjoy the ride. You can hear some other noises, because I have a couple bags of clothes I'm going to be donating to Goodwill in the back of the Jeep right now, and anything you have in the back is going to flap around and cause even more noise. Obviously that wouldn't happen if the doors were on, but it does happen. Nice driving, by the way. Another thing you'll notice is that legroom, for me, being 6'4", is at a premium. It is not made for large people. Even though it seems like Jeeps are a little bit bigger vehicles, they really are not. They are tight. The seats are made for normal sized people, not big people. The height of the seats are made for average sized people. And this seat's all the way back, and I have minimal knee and leg room. But once again, I can stick my leg out the door if I really need the extra room. It's really not bad. The ride's okay, even with bigger tires and a suspension lift. It's just a very good experience. It's like driving a four-wheeler or something out on the road. There's really nothing like it. I've had convertible cars, I've had T-top cars, I've had sports cars. And they're all fun and they all have their place, but they just aren't a Jeep. So Jeeps are really unique vehicles. And if you've never had one or driven one, then give it a shot. They do not handle the best. That's as fast as I probably could have gone around that curve, especially with one hand right now. It is not a sports car by any means. The acceleration is not there. And I don't even have large tires. I have 33-inch tires with 373 gears, which are about right. That's about optimal. But the acceleration's okay. But it's nothing like a car or a sports car or even a truck for that matter. It is definitely a utility vehicle. Not a sports utility vehicle, a utility vehicle. One of the good things about it though is I don't really have to worry about it if I happen to run off the road or there's a dirt road or a gravel road. I can go down it confidently. I don't have to worry. If I run into something on the road, I run over a piece of trash or something, I don't have to worry about it jumping up and hitting the valence or damaging my vehicle. If I need to turn around and I see a dirt road, I don't have to think, oh God, is my car going to scrub? Am I going to hit? I can just pull off and turn around. And I don't really have to worry about it. Some other things that are a little bit frustrating is that I could play the radio right now, and if I had it turned way up, I could hear it well. But if I have it at a normal volume, I'm not going to be able to really hear it. And And then when I come to a stoplight, it's going to be blaring. And I will have to turn it constantly down and up. Now that's if I have the doors off and the top down or something like that, which 9 times out of 10 if I'm driving my Jeep, that's going to be the case. Even when it's cooler out, I still typically will just wear a coat and have the top down. I have a different vehicle for actually driving, daily driving, so this is a fun Jeep. If I did have to daily drive it, which I did do back years ago with some other Jeeps I've had, Jeeps have terrible AC units, even the ones that have factory AC. They go out frequently. They have great heaters though, if you like your toes being on fire, because all the heat comes down there and your toes are right by the vents. And you may be freezing, but your toes will literally be on fire. So another thing, the Jeep 4.0 or the Jeep 4-liter is a very reliable engine. Mine has 181,000 miles on it, and it still runs strong. No problems, no hiccups. I've had Jeeps with 200,000, I've had Jeeps with 100,000, and it's hard to tell the difference if you keep them up. But it does have its idiosyncrasies. They love to go through exhaust manifolds. I don't know if you can hear that ticking, but I have obviously a crack in my exhaust manifold. That is, a frustration, and it's an easy fix. I say it's easy. It's cheap. I wouldn't say easy, because it takes a while to fix. Some other issues with Jeeps. This is the extent of your storage. So I have 2 bags of clothes to take to Goodwill, and now my entire back seat is useless. You have your top down, you're going to get bird poop in your vehicle. That is not good. And so that kind of stuff's frustrating. You're going to get leaves and crud in your vehicle. Your vehicle's going to be wet at times. You will be somewhere and it'll start raining, and you won't have your top up. And you will have to either run out and quickly put your top up, or you will have to understand that it's okay to ride in wet seats. Some of the best and worst things about having a Jeep is driving in the rain, because it is very fun to drive in the rain. However, if you're dressed up, it is not fun to drive in the rain. There's just a lot about Jeeps that make them probably my favorite vehicles ever. I've had a Corvette, I've had Camaros, I have a Dodge Ram truck, that's my company car. My wife has a really nice Honda, but there's just something about a Jeep that is just, you can't explain it. You can't explain why it's such a good vehicle, because everything about it screams it's a terrible vehicle. But if you ever have one, you'll always want one. And that's the best and worst thing about a Jeep. So hope you enjoyed kind of where we're at. Looks like I almost lost some of my clothes. That wind was probably a little more than I thought. We'll take you on some more rides later on. Maybe when I go off-roading, and we'll look at some of the idiosyncrasies of an off-road Jeep versus an on-the-road Jeep.